what do you want to say to drivers, warning them to slow down and how we all kind of need to take it easy in conditions like this?
Absolutely. Slow down, maintain good distance between vehicles. And the biggest thing, I mean, we've heard it several times from lots of police officers out there. If you don't need to travel, don't travel, period. Because you're going to cause problems for yourself and possibly others if you go in the ditch or have an accident. So stay home if you don't need to travel.
Absolutely. All right, Sergeant. We appreciate you speaking with us up from Fond du Lac County this morning. Stay safe out there. Thank you. And we want to know how things are looking in your hometown. So you heard it. If you don't have to leave, you don't have to hit the roads, don't. Just go enjoy the snow and then send us pictures. You can post them to our Facebook page or upload them at fox6now.com. Also, don't forget to follow Fox 6 Wake Up and Fox 6 Weather Team and all of us on Twitter. So we've got minute-to-minute updates. I want to see pictures of dogs in the snow.
That was a good one there. They were having a good time.
Yeah, send us your pics this morning. And stay with us. We've got team coverage all morning long.
Fox 6 congratulates the Packers on their second straight NFC North Division title.
Don't wait to get your tax refund. We can tell you today what your refund will be, and you can use it to be driving as early as, well, today. Take your pay stub or W-2 to JD Byrider and get on the road.
You know I need someone. H.H. Gregg announces amazing holiday savings. Up to 25% off appliances, TVs, and more. TroScan 32-inch LED TVs, $199. Samsung 39-inch LED TVs, $399. 60-inch LG TVs, $799. Canon cameras, only $69. Android tablets, $69. See everything at hhgregg.com.
Dreaming of a white Christmas? Then Mills Fleet Farm has the perfect gift, a powerful 24-inch SnowTech dual-stage snow thrower. It's just $599. Stay warm in Carhartt workwear. Right now, spend $100, get a $20 gift card. Fenwick Elite ice fishing rods are on sale for only $19.99. And serve holiday meals in a new roaster, triple slow cooker, or triple buffet server. They're only $34.88 each. The magic of Christmas begins at Mills Fleet Farm.
This December, remember, you can stay in and like something. Or you can get out there with your family and actually like something. Now is the perfect moment to find the perfect Lexus. The Lexus December to Remember sales event is on. Lease the 2013 RX 350 for these terms, and as a gift from Lexus, we'll make your first month's payment. See your Lexus dealer.
Hammer Spin Brush with a unique dual-action head removes up to 70% more plaque in hard-to-reach places. So give an affordable gift to keep the whole family smiling. Don't just brush, spin brush.
Need a good car and financing? Get online. Go to GoJDB.com. GoJDB.com is the easy place to apply for financing for a better car from JD Byrider. So get online and get on the road at GoJDB.com.
There are stories behind the scores and stats.
It's very heartwarming. It's something that kids supposed to own.
Watch for Beyond the Game Reports, part of Fox 6 News at 9.
All right, time to wake up here. It is raining out on the weather deck. In some spots it is snowing, and the warnings are right across the area. Winter storm warning for all of our viewing area. That is then overlapped by the blizzard warning for Washington, Dodge, Jefferson, and Fond du Lac counties. Now, a lot of our viewing area is seeing rain. That rain snow line is pushing a little farther to the north. In fact, the low is tracking slightly north of what we had thought, so it is pushing that rain a little farther to the north, too. However, the snow is going to start to move back in as the low exits over Lake Michigan and off to the east. That's later on today. High likely near 40, and then falling pretty rapidly behind the low, so that we get a pretty chilly Friday. Christmas Day forecast looks good. All of that is ahead, and of course, we'll take a look at all of the snowfall totals, maybe even some of your pictures coming up.
Good morning again, everybody. Accident 4145 northbound at Holy Hill Road. Just watch out in that area for some blockage and slower moving traffic. Disabled vehicle 94 westbound. That's at SS. Outside of that, just delays and mostly wet within the Milwaukee area. Of course, as you know, to the west and north of us, there is some snow. 43 southbound, Brown Deer to downtown, an extra 5 minutes. 894 northbound, Hale to the Zoo. an extra 5 minutes, and 45 northbound Zoo to Good Hope Road, an extra 5 minutes. From the 97.3 Radio Now Total Traffic Center, I'm Dick Albert.
All right, thank you, Dick. And a couple of pictures we want to share now with our viewers. This is the scene up in West Bend. You can see a tree coming down awfully close, if not on this car. This is, again, the scene in West Bend. And Justin was just talking about how heavy this snow is. Right. So a lot of people getting rain, but again, in West Bend, they've got several inches, and it's not white, fluffy, pretty stuff. It's heavy, wet snow. This is the scene 41 in the Germantown, Richfield area near Holy Hill. So jackknife semi, again, both south and northbound 41 right now, shut down and slow going on the roads because of situations like this. So do take care. And we want to check in now with our photojournalist. He's in Dodge County this morning. Photojournalist Team Primo, we want to say that everyone we're talking to this morning using hands-free devices, you know, it's safe.
Yeah, the technology allows him to do so. And he's been providing pictures throughout the morning from the Lamira area where they've been digging out there as well. Tim, let's just start how it's looking, where you are now.
Yeah, I'm still in the village of Lamira right now. I'm parked safely in a parking lot, sitting in the car, so I'm not moving at this time. Moderate to heavy snow coming down at this time. I would say there's probably about 8 inches of snow on the ground, just like you've been saying all morning. It's very heavy, wet snow. So the snowblower, I was out early this morning. Snowblower was getting clogged up. You have to take it, basically use half the width of the snowblower at a time to try to move this stuff. I was out on Highway 41 in Dodge County, and the traffic was moving, I would say, around 30 miles an hour. Heavy snow on the highway. All the side roads, the highway, the county trunk roads, it appears that the plows have been out and made a pass through. People out early this morning shoveling and snow blowing already. But the roads are just really bad, heavy snow on the road. And you just really have to take your time out on the road, stay out of the way of the plows. I've heard a few reports throughout Dodge County of just cars in the ditch here and there. I haven't heard any reports of serious accidents at this point. I think the real problem is going to be perhaps later on today when the winds pick up in the rural areas. It's going to make things very difficult with blowing snow and drifting. There's some minor drifting on some of the side roads out in the rural areas here at this point. But if it gets any windier, I think it's going to be a real problem later today.
All right. Again, photojournalist Tim Primo on the phone with us from Lamira this morning. Tim, be careful out there. Thank you for talking with us. But the way he was describing it shows you just how heavy that stuff is. And the snowblower keeps getting stuck.
Right.
Yeah.
And, you know, even if you're not using it, if you're doing the shoveling, you overdo it sometimes. You don't realize that's when it does a number on your back. I mean, when you're taking on the heavy loads, take a little bit at a time.
Heavy wet snow in some areas again, and then some people on Twitter, Facebook, well, I'm only getting rain, they're saying, Rob, but as we keep saying, this is a big storm. There's plenty to come.
Yeah, if you are getting rain right now, hang around. You'll get your taste of snow as well. It won't be quite as heavy as folks like Lamira are going to get, or even parts of Washington County, but everybody will have some snow before this low is done. If you want to see what the snow looks like out there, there's a great camera down the road in Madison showing some of the snow. Some of Dane County, 5, 6, 7 inches worth of snow down already, and it just keeps on coming. You can see, though, by comparison, Trieber, it's one of those spots where snow, what's that again? We don't have any of that. Big old puddles, though, as you can tell, on the driveway there at the Trieber Fire Department in Kenosha County, about 0.63 in the rainfall gauge, and currently at 41 degrees. Rather wet Whitefish Bay camera at 38 degrees, and there's our front yard. The snow getting washed away in the rain and the mild temperatures. We had a pretty good white scene going out there earlier on, but it is getting washed away. Now, the satellite radar does show this rain-snow line. We talked a bit about that yesterday, the positioning being crucial to our snowfall numbers. That line is starting to come a little farther north. As we talked about yesterday, the track of this low, where it goes, is key, and it's drifted a little further north. Not a huge change, but a subtle change. So that is going to change up the positioning of that line temporarily. As we take a look at the zoom in, you see the pretty steady rain anywhere. Right now, it seems along 94 and south, and even north of 94 through Waukesha and Milwaukee County. Then you transition over to some snow or some mixed precipitation as you go north from that point. There's more where that came from. If you're in a bit of a low right now as far as precipitation, there's a big old band of some heavier rain and even some thunderstorms, as well as some heavier snow. And yes, there is such a thing as thunder snow, and it can create quite a bit of accumulation in a very short period of time as this nice little pocket works its way in. We are going to continue then with rain and snow, heavy at times, temperatures ranging from the low 30s this afternoon up to the low 40s. Now, with an update on how much snow we have seen and where, we go to the weather office and check in with meteorologist Justin Zolich.
Thanks a lot, Rob. Yeah, you're talking about that big range. Well, we're having a big range of snow totals even over a very short distance. Let's take a look at some of the numbers that we have so far. Nothing real huge out of our viewing area just yet until you get into places such as Sheboygan County. Howard's Grove, 7 inches of snow. A little bit further south in Random Lake at about 6.5 inches. The biggest total, look at that, out west of Madison. Outside of Madison in the suburbs, 8.9 inches and continuing to fall, continuing to pile up. Beaver Dam at 6.7. But they did come a little bit closer to home. West Bend, the latest total we have for you, 6.2. You head a little bit further south and east into Cedarburg, and that drops to 2.5. So you can see how that rain-snow line is really giving us a sharp contrast in those totals. For some areas, these totals continue to go up, especially around Fond du Lac and Beaver Dam. Other areas like Germantown, where you're seeing mostly rain right now, that 4.2 will likely get smaller before we throw the snow on top of that again later on this afternoon and this evening. Rob?
All right, thank you very much, Justin. Yeah, it's going to be an interesting day. Like you said, we're going to go out of the rain and then back to the snow in many cases. Now, here's the big picture. Look at the size of this thing. It is a massive storm system stretching all the way down to the Gulf. You can see the cold front there kicking up some severe weather with some tornado watches being popped up. And then on our end of things, of course, it goes north all the way up to the UP and west back into the Central Plains. Our end of things, we could get a little bit more in the way of thunder and lightning as the low tracks its way through, and yes, maybe some thunder still, as I mentioned. The low is kind of moving its way into central Illinois as we speak, and then we'll continue up through and out over southern Lake Michigan by later on this evening, then through and into eastern Michigan and on out of here by later on tonight and into tomorrow morning, at which point high pressure gives us a bit of a break. Let's go break it down hour by hour with Sky Vision Plus and show you tomorrow's weather today. We'll start this off at about 8 o'clock, and you can see that dividing line right across the viewing area. By about 10, it's angled from Sheboygan through West Bend back toward the Janesville area. That then shifts a little farther south and east even through noon, putting places like West Bend back into the full-on snow. By about 3 o'clock or so, much of Milwaukee County is transitioning over to snow and potentially some heavier snow. And then by 5 o'clock, our entire viewing area should be snow. You'll also notice by that point the winds go to the north. They continue to intensify. They're already pretty windy. They get even stronger later on today.